Let's hop into it. Welcome to your May All Hands meeting. It's so wonderful to see everybody here.
I have a few announcements to share with you all. First of which, this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. And we know that making mental health a priority is essential to our overall well-being. And in the spirit of that, today we have some folks joining us at the Portland home office for some chair massages and a connection lunch. And then next week, we're going to host a special webinar that's going to explore the MetLife Employee Assistance Program, or we also call it the EAP. For our benefit eligible employees, the EAP offers a whole host of tools that can help make life a little easier. Lots of different types of counseling. So next week on May 17th, which is Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, we'll be hosting that webinar with a special guest speaker from the EAP. We're going to send out some more information on that webinar with a calendar invite later this week. Also, feel free to reach out to Employee Services if you would like to attend. All right, next announcement. We have these wonderful new Pathways logos to share with you all. But on top of that, if you have been here for a while, if you've worked at Percoa for a while and you think that you know everything there is to know, think again. Coming this June, we're going to have a new Pathways class. It's going to be a driving conversion Pathways class led by the one and only Marnie Kingston. We encourage everyone to sign up and attend and learn more about our annual theme. Looking forward to that. All right, our next announcement, all about Energage. Hopefully all of you have received your invite to take the Energage survey. Please do, this is our top workplaces survey through the Oregonian that we do every year. The survey is due by May 15th, which is this coming Monday. So please, if you haven't already done so, please make sure to take the survey. We want to hear your feedback.
We have a very special live kudos today from Caitlin Bray in the Marketing Connection Group. Caitlin, I'll let you take it away.
Thanks, Taylor. Hi, everybody. So I have the distinct honor of presenting kind of a group kudos to Candace Frankham on behalf of the whole Marketing Connection Group. So we got to work with Candace on a number of projects, and we just really appreciated her participation, her enthusiasm so much. So here are a few of the things that our MCG members had to say about her. Candace always shows up with a full heart and a full brain to any meeting or activity she takes part in, and the MCG is so lucky to have had her influence. What I love about working with you, Candace, is that you always give feedback sincerely and without judgment because you put yourself in the shoes of others and it shows. You always show compassion in the way you thank others specifically for their contribution. Candace is the first to show support for others and their ideas. Even when giving any kind of feedback, she does it with kindness and understanding. And I just really wanted to second all those statements and add that Candace really did bring such a positive energy to our group. She approached every problem with a positive attitude and lifted us all up with her ideas and her encouragement. So on behalf of all of us, thank you, Candace. You will definitely be missed in the MCG group.
So sweet. Thank you so much, you guys.
All right, now I'll hand it back to Taylor Serby.
Thank you, Caitlin, and thank you, Candace. Did you all know that expressing gratitude is associated with a host of mental and physical benefits? Studies have shown that feeling thankful can improve our sleep, mood, and immunity. Gratitude can decrease depression, anxiety, and difficulties with chronic pain and the risk of disease even. So since it is Mental Health Awareness Month, what better time to send a kudo to your fellow Percoan than now? A reminder to send your kudos to kudos@percoa.com.
Hello, Percoa family. Alrighty, y'all. My name is Kaylani, and I'm going to be your game host today. But this is my first time, and as you can tell, I am really hyped up about it. So let's do this thing. Okay, I'm going to have you guys start by what you can see here on the screen, man. I'm telling you. Okay. Go ahead, pull out your second device, phone, tablet, Kindle, any of that. And I can see you in the connection space, so you better do it. Okay. And you're going to go ahead to kahoot.it.com for me. You're going to enter in the code you see on the screen, 5178567. All right, we are also playing today for a $50 Amazon gift card, y'all. Okay, so if you want to make sure if that gets to you, don't be using some crazy name. What do we got here? I thought that said chicken. See, Hicken, you're okay. Okay. All right. While everyone's getting signed in, I'm going to go ahead and explain the rules of the game. All right, on Monday, we sent out a survey filled with, frankly, pretty much a lot of nonsense, but that's okay because we had over 50 people take this survey of about 20 questions. Now, your job is to guess what the majority of people said on this survey. All right, now let me give you some context. Have you ever played Family Feud? You better have if you know who I am, okay? It's kind of like that. For example, if the question pops up, survey says this is something you might wear with the Precoa logo on it. And the options are hat, sweater, and shoes. You will select the answer you think the most people voted for on this survey. Make sense? Yes? I can't see you, so we're gonna go with yes. Okay, let's get this game started if everyone's ready. Okay, first question. Don't want to panic. You only have 20 seconds to answer these. 20 seconds. 20. Okay, survey says this is the optimal temperature to set on the office thermostat. Okay, we got 65 to 66. I can't read these in 20 seconds, so I'm not going to. You can read. You can do it. Come on, 134 answers. Oh, y'all are into it. Keep them coming. Yes. Okay, if you get, 83. Oh, good job, people. 68 degrees to 69 degrees. See, remember how I said not to use a funny name? Gotta listen. Go to the next question. I'm over it. Okay, survey says this is the best time of day to schedule a brainstorming meeting. Everyone, conference room, now. Okay, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., or 2 p.m. If lunch is not included, I am not going. Bring it in, people, 4 seconds. Love it. 10 a.m. it is. Prime time right there, prime time. Who is this? Super Lurb? I hate that. Okay, let's go. Survey says this is the go-to footwear for working from home. Some of y'all are weird, but we'll get to that. Okay, socks, sandals / slides, barefoot, let those dogs loose. Okay, or slippers. What do we think? What do we think? Socks. That's right. Little freaking sockies. Little booty socks. Oh, in your painter. I love it. Okay, survey says this is the absolute worst thing you want to discover is not working in the morning. Panic. Panic. Most y'all are wearing shoes, so it's not like you got much to prepare here. All right. Hot water / the shower. Don't know if those really go together. Coffee maker or the technology. Technology, man. Whether it's your phone or the freaking Zoom meeting. The worst. Oh, you guys are really killing it. Tony, let's bring it on. Survey says this is the most common thing in your fridge that you can thank a cow for. And some of you little sickos said ground beef, and I didn't like it. That's not very nice, okay? Also, oat milk is not dairy. Okay, let's see here. What do we think? Oh yeah, cheese. Jane, what did I tell you about these names? Okay, survey says this is the best quality, I didn't even read that class. Okay, quality of a good coworker. If you can't read that, he's pretty much saying that his office is his family. And that seems to be the main theme here, people. We're crying, we're laughing, we're hugging. It's Precoa, baby. All right, trust. Trust, you guys. Trust one another. Chicken toe. Yay. Okay, survey says this is the least disgusting flavor of the Crocs sparkling water. I don't even know what permaloon mousse is. I don't even know what that is. Passion fruit, tangerine, and the main thing that I really think is they're all nasty. So take that what you will. Permaloon mousse, winner. For the 4 of you who know what that means. Okay, oh, Canada. Oh, got a couple Canadian folks. Survey says this office supply would be the most helpful in a zombie apocalypse. You know, we got a lot of crazy stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Zombie apocalypse would not be the last thing I would suspect, you know? I'm ready. Get your go bags. Get your snacks. Yeah, we're running. Okay. Okay, we had 2 answers here because y'all are crazy. Letter openers running through the streets. Most people said the sharpest they could find, sus. Also, large paper cutter. I know you want to take that old-timey one and use it as a machete. That was the goal, and I know it. Oh, Canada still in the lead here. The survey says this superhero would make a bad coworker. If you don't know who is on the screen as the little GIF, educate yourself. I'm not going to explain it. Rest in peace, King. What do we think? Hulk, Spider-Man, Batman, or Iron Man? I don't know, guys. Iron Man's pretty smart. I'd want him on my team. The Hulk. Anger management, I'm right. Okay. All right, let's move on. Survey says this is the most productive day of the week. I did get one day that said Saturday. I think we missed the point of the question, but it's okay. All right, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday. Guess hump day, Wednesday? Not the day. Not the day. Let's see. Tuesday. I love it. Jane Doe, look at us. We got some people fighting for the top there. All right. Survey says this is what you're most likely to say during a Zoom call. Now, these are pretty funny. You're on mute, or Jason, you know. Can you see my screen, or I'm going to share my screen, which usually takes about 30 seconds. Thanks, everyone. Exactly that. And friendly greetings. Howdy. Hello. Hey, everybody. You guessed it, friendly greetings. It's Percoa people. Come on. Okay. Last one. Survey says this is the Percoa value that resonates with Percoa employees the most. Okay, what do we think we're good at? Oh, y'all are fast with these answers. Look at that. Look, I can't even say the numbers that quick. Oh my gosh. Craftsmanship, kindness, progression, working together in trust. Trust is a theme, I suppose. Okay, let's see. All right, y'all. Kindness it is. We knew it. Okay, you guys. Matt Hill on 3rd place. Look at that. Jane Doe on there on 2nd. And okay, y'all. That's all I have for you guys today.
So I'm going to make this quick, make sure we don't lose me again. But we had over 25 new people in the planning center around all different teams that we have added to our teams, which led us to some incredible days. In fact, our best day in May so far, actually in May ever. So we had 524 appointments to kick off the month of May. And we rocked it from every single team. Having a great day. I think you can see some of the updates there. We have from our Portland team over 350. Utah has been hitting 100 appointments on the regular. Our Anaheim team, about 18 appointments. FPC support over 30. EA plus over 15. So we are rocking it, which is going to lead us to our next slide. We are rocking it on our appointment goal. So our goal collectively for the year is just under 74,000. And we are on pace and then some for that goal. So right now we're just on the cusp of 29,000 appointments. So I think that puts us about 106% to plan. Yep. So we, again, we're growing. We're looking for more great people. So if you have great people, send them our way. And we're going to continue to break records as we go through the rest of the year, and we'll keep you up to date when we hit our overall appointment goal of 74,000 and beyond. So thank you all again. Again, starting the movement for Kaylani to do all of our games. That was incredible. I was dying the whole time. And I'm going to turn the time over now to Lucas Brooke.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. And appreciate you taking the lead on following Kaylani. I was not excited about that. So hopefully we've brought down the tempo a little bit for me, representing our Northern California crew with Matt and I. So we've got a few more out there. The 530 area code. Appreciate you. All right, we're going to dive in first, I believe, to quarterly rocks. That's right. We got 3 quarterly rocks for this quarter. And those are as follows. We've got first CRM. So we already have funeral home records up and running on Salesforce. And this quarter we'll be focused on getting marketing channels and field users up. And then focusing on for Q3, trying to work towards getting our ACEP event management up and running. Next, we have Ramp. So this year is our largest ever Ramp sales goal in history. And we have a specific goal for each account each month. As their new account to kind of get fully ramped into our model. And so we have a ton of potential to move them on, to move these numbers on individual account levels. So this quarter, we're going to be focusing on prioritizing that list, identifying those ramp accounts where we can really improve, and then taking cross-functional focus on doing so. Finally, we have, I did them out of order, didn't I? Nope, Enterprise Solutions, beautiful. Enterprise Solutions is next. So this is an increasing trend in the industry. We have corporate consolidators purchasing independent funeral homes. So what we've been doing over the last several years is developing intentional relationships with these companies. So now we're partnered with some of the biggest, including FPG, Carriage Services, Verton, and Park Lawn. They currently make up 40% of our sales. So this quarter, we're going to be focusing specifically on how we strengthen our corporate partner strategy, our team structure, our reporting, and our systems and processes to be able to serve these customers more fully. Those are our 3 quarterly rocks. I do want to make a quick reminder that we have an annual theme this year of driving conversion. In a few minutes, we're going to take a deeper dive into what a couple of projects are that different teams are working on that really focus on driving that. So keep that top of mind as well. Next, we'll take a look at our objectives for the year. As a reminder, our objectives are as follows. Sales, $540 million. BD sign up, 80 million. Same store sales of 100%. Ramp sales of 100 million and retention at 95%. So we're going to take a quick look at how we're doing. First, same store sales. We have a goal of 100% and we're currently at 109.1%. Nice work, team. Love it, love it. Next, new accounts. Our goal for the year is 80 million. Our year to date is 14.8 million. We are currently 59% to plan. TA affirms that we are in a good spot. We've got a large list of potentials coming down the pipe. Next, Ramp. 100 million goal. Currently at 22.4. That puts us at 91.7% to plan. We're doing really strong there. Opportunities to improve, which is why we have it as quarterly rock. Next, we have retention. Our goal for the year is 95%. We're currently at 99.1. We're keeping them. Love that it's sticky. Great. Next, we have total sales. 540 is the goal in millions. 196 in millions is the current. And we're at 103.5% plan. Awesome. It's been a phenomenal year so far. Next, I believe I'm passing it to Marnay Kingston to talk about our pre-code priority doc.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Lucas. I think the pre-pri doc is a great way as we kind of look at our quarterly rocks for the year. Sometimes they kind of seem disconnected from our day-to-day job. So the pre-pri doc or vision summary is a great way for that to translate into our day-to-day work. So there are 3 reasons we try to use the pre-pri doc, 3 ways that it can be really helpful. That first is line of sight. I like to think of this as how does my specific role, how can I see how that is connected to the quarterly rocks, or how can I see how my role specifically is driving conversion? So that's one reason we use the pre-broad doc. We also use it for priority alignment. So it's a great way when you have a lot of different projects or different tasks going on. How do you know which ones take priority? This is a great way to align that back to our quarterly rocks, our annual theme, all of those things. So having that in the pre-pri doc will help with that priority alignment. And then the third is transparency. So when we're working, we do a lot of cross-functional work here at PRCOA. So working with different teams and departments, having those priorities all in the pre-pri doc really helps with that transparency piece. So what do we put in it? Really, whatever is helpful for you, but a couple of things that are really helpful to have in the pre-pri doc: your priorities, the measurable goal with those, who's owning it, any sort of operational priorities with KPIs or project priorities. All of that goes into the pre-pri doc. Super helpful document with, you can, in meetings or conversations with your manager, always refer back to the pre-pri doc to know your alignment. Here's just kind of a quick look at, from an individual perspective, what we add. We have new this year, critical focus. The business side is, how does your role help drive conversion? And then the people side, of course, PRCOA Life. What we have all those different habits in the PRCOA Life book, and choosing those and focusing on one each quarter will help with individual improvement as well. So we're hoping everyone before Super Activation Week can go through and fill out their individual and team priorities, so we can follow up on some of that during Super Activation Week in June. I'll go ahead and kick it off to Motoko now.
Okay, hi, good morning, everyone. Time for the PBMB. Okay, so we have volunteer from the county that we can do this PBMB. Angie Gold, are you here? Are you there? Angie, you're here? You ready? I can't find Angie.
We got her right here on Jackie.
Okay, all right, so go ahead.
So, starting with the purpose, enriching life through meaningful connection. The vision is prearranged for all families. The mission is to develop lasting partnerships with leading funeral homes, strengthen the active model, create impactful consumer experiences, and the values are kindness, progression, and craftsmanship.
Great. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much. $50 Amazon gift card is heading your way. All right. So now we have a PRCOA Life. Last year, we launched our PRCOA Life strategy for people, which goes together with our entire purpose, vision, mission, and value as well. Our purpose and value never change. They're always the same, but we have a unique employee-focused vision and mission. So, Ben Dashley, can you tell us what those are?
I sure can. So the vision is PRCOA People for Life, and the mission is strengthen the PRCOA Life model.
Great. All right. PRCOA People for Life, and then the strengthen the PRCOA Life model are the answers. Great job. Now, $50 is on your way as well. Okay. So I think we are now seeing the driving conversion race car on the screen. As you know, driving conversion is the theme for this year. And then you remember that Molly earlier mentioned that we are going to have a pathway class for the driving conversions. And Lucas also mentioned this is the annual theme. So let's talk about a driving conversions. Okay. So do you guys know why it is important for us to drive conversion? And here is why. Driving conversion is one of the core of a proactive model. Lead conversion is the engine of a proactive model. Driving conversion differentiates us from our competitors. This is our unique competitive edge and what we are good at. Also, our vision is a prearranged for all families, as you know. So driving conversion will get us to achieve our vision and then allow us to reach out to the family faster and more. And I believe most of us probably knew about this and probably heard about this before. But do you guys know what impact this driving conversion has on our finances? Some of you guys may know, but some of you guys may not quite know about this one. So I like to share today some simple example as to how increased conversion rate and increased conversion speed will financially impact us. Okay, so I created 3 different scenarios, and one is the one that you're looking at, this one, the basic one. So let me just walk through this. I know it looks a little busy, but hypothetically, let's say we spend $20,000 to doing a lead generation activity. So that could be purchasing list for the direct mail, mailing postages, to setting up the events for that ASAP, and then also setting up the campaign, buying some media space for the digital marketing. It could be so many different things. But we spend $20,000 doing a lot of different lead generations, and let's say we gather 1,000 lead after that lead gen. So of the 1,000 lead, we assign 500 leads, meaning there was 1,000 lead, but some of them are not really a good lead. So we ended up with 500 leads can be assigned. And through the assignment process, we use our internal resources, people, labor, or whatever that could be, and that costs us $5,000. And assigned lead is going to be push it into the FPC. So our great folks in FPC is starting to calling those leads and trying to setting up an appointment. So 500 lead out of that, let's say we had a 250 appointment was set. And through this activity at the FPC, a phone call, people, phone line, whatever that could be, it was a $10,000 for the company's cost. Then those 250 leads that set up appointment is going to have opportunity to be presented. At the end of the day, how much people showed up and be able to present. And some of the people couldn't make it happen. But our AFB and field team did a great presentation to these 100 people. And let's say that whole process cost us $8,000. And those family who received the presentation, out of that, 50 families ended up is finalizing their pre-arranging funerals. So we had 50 sales out of the Hamlet presented. And during the process for the finalizing closing process, it cost us $7,000. So if you add all the costs across the board, 20,000, 5,000, 10,000, 8,000, 7,000, that's a total of $50,000. So we spend the $50,000 and then we successfully prearranged a family of 50, which is basically in return, we receive the revenue of hypothetically 75,000. So do the math, net financial impact of this whole thing is a 25,000 gain for the company financially. Okay, so this is just a basic process that I just laid it out. So let's go and see what it's going to look like if we increase our conversion rate. So that'll be the next slide. And here we go. We spend the same resources, same process. So everything is a $50,000. But what different is out of the 1,000 leads that we generated, we successfully assigned 800 leads. And then of that, we actually increased the conversion to set up appointment. So we had 450 leads was setting up appointment. And then also we increased our conversion rate to present. So 200 leads was presented. And we had a fantastic close. So we had, at the end of the day, 100 leads, 100 family has been prearranged. So what's going to happen is we spend exactly the same amount of the financial resources and the company resources, people and everything, but we ended up just bringing in $150,000. So what happened to the math, our net financial impact is $100,000. as opposed to the original process that generating the 25,000. So this is the impact for the conversion rate. And I wanted to show you one more quick one, which is what if we increase conversion speed? So all those conversion that we had original one, let's say we did this within that 6 months period, but we increase our speed of conversion. So we ended up with, we can do this twice instead of doing just one process from the lead gen to the close. So what that means is we have to do a twice lead gen. That will cost us money, definitely. So instead of a 20,000, it's doubled up. So it's going to be a 40,000, but we have a 2,000 lead generated because we run this twice. And from there, we have 1,000 leads as assigned, 500 leads as appointment set up, and 200 leads is presented, and 100 leads will be closed and prearranged. So at the end of the day, we again brought 150,000 to the company, and then we spent $70,000 for company resources. So our financial net gain was 80,000, whereas the original standard process would have been a 50,000 company. I'm sorry. If we do the same thing twice with the original speed, it will be a 50,000 because we have a 25,000 net gain, and doing the twice is simply 50. We did the twice, but with the speed, we get 80,000. So this is how this conversion works from the speed standpoint as a rate standpoint. So I hope this will give you some idea how this conversion work in a financial sense. And now we have invited several teams to show exactly how these are doing. So first we will hear from Tyson about the response mechanism. Then now from the John about throughput with the ASAP. And then finally, we will hear from Amanda about the recruiting website. So take it away, Tyson.
Awesome. Thank you, Motoko. So as a direct mail testing team, one of the things that we've been doing to drive conversion is adding additional ways for a family to respond to our direct mail survey. So we've started putting QR codes and phone numbers that a family can text or call to request a final wishes organizer, in addition to the standard way of just sending back the survey in the mail. So this allows us to reach families quickly and catch them right in the moment that they see our mail piece, rather than waiting for the survey to come back in the mail for us to assign it to a funeral home, into an AFP, and make a call. So going back to what Motoko said, if we can speed up the process of being able to reach those families by adding more ways for a family to respond to a mail piece from their funeral home, that's going to drive conversion at the local level. In fact, we take a quick look at the numbers. We're not seeing a huge difference in overall response rate. It's really about equal, maybe slightly better. But when we start looking down the pipeline and overall conversion of these leads and additional sales per household that we mail, that's where it starts to really get interesting. So on our standard mail piece, during our test periods where there's only a business reply envelope and no additional way for a family to respond, we see about $2.81 for every house in sales for every household that we mail. But when we add an additional way for a family to respond, like texting, calling, or QR codes, we're seeing $3.43 in sales for every household that we mail. So that's a difference of about 60 cents for every single household that we send a mail piece to. So an additional 60 cents, it might not seem like a lot, but when we mail about 20 million households every year, if we're able to sell 60 more cents to every household we mail, that would be an additional $12 million over the course of a year in direct mail sales that we would see. There's still a lot more analysis that needs to be done. There's a lot more testing. There's definitely operational processes that need to be shored up before we can put an alternate response mechanism on every mail piece or every funeral home that we send out. But we're seeing some really positive early indicators that adding more ways for a family to respond to a mail piece from their funeral home drives conversion for Precoa and for our funeral home partners across the country. And now I'm going to turn it over to my favorite Canadian that is not named Jerry or Dylan. Take it away, Mr. John McMurray.
I was going to say, don't tell Jerry or Dylan. They might be upset, but thanks, Tyson. I'm going to talk about ACEP today and how to drive conversion. So for the past couple of months, I've had the opportunity to work with Kyle Ayler and the CEP team to help drive efficiency and production for ACEP as a whole. And we've made some really great progress. Many of you have probably seen the wedding style invitation, QR codes that have been added to flyers, reminder calls that are started to be made to RSVPs. But aside from all of that, I wanted to talk about some specific things that we've done as a field management team and myself as well on the field manager side to help improve conversion and throughput with our ACEP events. So the first thing I would say that is so important when it comes to driving conversion with ACEP is effective planning. I think that's first and foremost. I'm guilty of previously quickly sending an email to my account manager with events, and I found really quickly that it was hard to track those events and stay on top of them. And so I started creating detailed spreadsheets with all of my events, my times, my venues, to help me stay organized. So all I had to do is pull out one document that was all in one place. I also started enlisting the help of my account managers to help me with some of the planning. I actually have a meeting scheduled tomorrow with Kate to go through all of my planning for the second half of the year, to go through and talk about specific venues, times of the day that we should be running events. Maybe some funeral homes that shouldn't be running as many and some that should be running more. We're going to go through all of that. And that's really the first step, is effective planning. Second, when it comes to driving conversion, I think something that's really important is eliminating the busy work for our AFPs and for our counselors that are out there. I want them to be focused on what they do best, which is setting appointments, meeting with families, and driving sales. There's a lot of things that happen in terms of preparation for an ACEP event that I realized I could help take off their shoulders so they didn't have to do it. Some of those things are when it comes to helping to get more RSVPs, creating email templates so they can send to home visit leads and previous families they've met with to help drive more attendees and RSVPs. Another thing is I've helped create little digital cards that can be texted out to RSVPs to help drive attendance rate, creating custom restaurant menus and detailed instructions so that there's no errors when it comes to who's going to be doing what at the event. It's all laid out clear and concise so that there's no there's no problems when it comes to running the event. So that's the second one. Third, I've realized that, and maybe I haven't done such a good job of it, is consistently reviewing with AFPs how to set appointments during these events helps drive conversion. I've made the mistake before of thinking because an AFP has been an AFP for 5, 6, 7 years that they know how to set appointments. And some are really, really good at it. And there's some that need some help, right? And I've had a few instances where I've showed up to events thinking they knew how to do it. And at the end, when I'd ask them how many appointments they set, they would say, "Oh, I didn't set any, or I only set one." And there's 15 people there. So after having reviewed the process with them and future events, it's been cool to see how they've improved and how that's helped lead to more success in sales ultimately. And so that's the third one, reviewing how to set those appointments with our agents for those events. Lastly, something that I feel is so important to help driving conversion with ACEP is following up with our agents. Know when they're meeting with these families from the events. So you can send them a text and say, "Hey, how did it go with the Olson family from the event?" Keep them accountable so that they can report back to you and stay on top of those families. And one more last little thing that I would say is really important to help drive conversion is stay on top of those families that didn't attend. We have a lot of families that RSVP that don't attend. So what we've been trying to do is create lists of those people that didn't attend that can be used during power hours and call nights, national appointment blitzes,
to really help drive conversion with not only those that did come, but those that also didn't show up to the event. And so those are just some of the things that we've seen from the field in terms of driving conversion with ACEP that have helped. So with that being said, I'm going to kick it over to Amanda, who's going to talk about our final example of driving conversion.
Thanks, John. Well, I'm representing recruiting today, and the annual theme's focus on driving conversion is about, as you know, being the best at prearranging all families for each of our partnered funeral homes. And in order to be the best, we need creative and innovative professionals in all areas of the company, including marketing, business development, finance, strategy, and account management. We need effective appointment setting by top caliber funeral planners and EA Plus planners. We also need sensitive and highly skilled salespeople that meet with families face-to-face across the country. Well, our career site, careers.precoa.com, is a crucial tool for hiring all of our talented A players who provide really the infrastructure to help drive conversion and support our mission to prearrange all families. And the career site serves as a primary destination for potential job applicants to learn about Precoa, our culture, career pathways, and all the available job opportunities. And you can help spread the word. So let's take a look.
Hey out there, all you A players. As Precoa continues to grow, we wanted to let you know there's amazing ways to tap into your new network and help refer people for that $1,500 referral bonus. And making those referrals to get that $1,500 bonus has never been easier than it is by going to careers.precoa.com. Now, it takes a special kind of person to be a recruiter. But as we know in our Precoa Life Manual, hiring A players requires us all to do our part and to have a compelling reason and answer for what is it that your company does.
We change the way families experience loss by helping them prearrange funerals with leading funeral homes. We have an award-winning company culture where people can accomplish meaningful work, make lifelong friendships, and unleash their true potential.
It's an easy sell. When your friend is ready, they can hit Apply Now and list your name in the referral box. Or you can also start at the Make a Referral link in the footer if you want to beat your friend to the punch. And be sure to fill out this easy form. But on your way, don't forget to check out all the other amazing features on our career site. We've included hyperpower search bars on every single page of the site. And these are plugged into Google so that candidates can search any opportunity throughout the country. Candidates can also use the department filter category or city and state to get most streamlined results and find a job opportunity in their hometown. We've outlined our 4 major career pathways, each pathway showing stunning content to get to the why it is we do what we do. If you know someone who would love Precoa but isn't quite ready yet, go ahead and encourage them to join our talent network, and we'll keep in touch. So get out there, make some referrals, earn that sweet bonus money, direct people to careers.precoa.com, and we'll get Precoa to be even better than it is today. And P.S., please reach out if you'd love to be featured on our site. We're always looking for more stories of our amazing A players.
Awesome. Well, as you can see, by providing a user-friendly and informative career site, we can effectively engage with candidates and convert the most qualified of them into our valuable Precoa Life Core employees. Please go to careers.precoa.com. Now I'm going to toss it over to Ben for a final wrap-up.
All right. Thank you, everybody. This has been such an awesome all-hands meeting. I've just been smiling the whole time. It's been fantastic. We're going to go just a couple minutes longer. If anyone needs to leave or cut out, don't feel guilty doing so. You're only going to miss a closing thought by me, which is no big deal at all. But I'm also incredibly grateful for the 10-year anniversaries that we celebrated. 10 years is no joke. That's a full decade of someone's life working together, all with the efforts of enriching life through meaningful connection. And I think of all those individuals and definitely know my life has been enriched with their presence in my life, and I'm grateful for them. There's a lot going on at Precoa. You probably just heard us all sample of that as we're talking about driving conversion. And 3 or 4 weeks ago, there was a particular week, it was actually a couple months ago, there's a week that was particularly slammed, and there was funeral home visits going on, project deadlines, incentive trip preparations, annual review preparations, strategic planning sessions. There's record-setting appointments and sales. It was just a slammed week, and I couldn't help but be amazed at how much we accomplish as a group and as a team in any given moment. It's just amazing to see what we can do together. And it certainly reminded me of one of our habits in our Precoa Life model, which is on a winning team. So I'm going to talk just for a couple of minutes about being on a winning team. Some thoughts I had. Now, when I talk about this, I don't want to share it in a cheesy kind of way. Like, for example, the next slide, there is no I in team, but there is a me, blah, blah, blah. We've all heard that. You can get your sarcastic laughs out. I also don't want to talk about it in a Kobe Bryant way. It's playoff season, love basketball. There's no I in team, but there's an I in Kobe's got 5 rings. Don't want to talk about it that way. And I also definitely do not want to talk about it in a way that Tyler Anderson sent me a meme a little while ago, which is, I think, the next slide. There may be an I in team, but notice that it's also the a-hole. So I don't want to talk about it this way as well. But I do want to talk about it how it's referred to in our Precoa Life magazine. And I want to read these 2 quotes real quick on a winning team. A team is any group with a shared purpose, and a winning team consists of outstanding collaborators who can channel their diverse set of strengths and perspectives. The intentional effort and time it takes to build a winning team is rewarded with increased understanding, improved output, healthy tension, safe candor, and lasting friendships. I love those words and have seen that play out during my time at Precoa time and time again. My oldest son, Chase, is wrapping up his last season of middle school basketball right now. And it has been really awesome to watch his team grow and progress over the years. These are just a couple quick photos. You can spot out my son. He's kind of in the middle on the photo right with the red hair, easy to spot. They have played together, everyone on this team except the coaches and the players, except for one player, since they're in the 2nd grade together. So they've had over 7 years of playing basketball together. And it's all kind of coming to an end as they all divide up and go to different high schools. They have been crushed by other teams before. They have put a beat down on many teams. They have had some heartbreaking losses. They have won and dominated some tournaments. They've had a great experience together. And I've learned a lot of things about the importance of teamwork as I've watched their coach and watched their team develop over the years. I was touched very recently by something that happened after their tournament a couple weeks ago. They had won 3 games in a row, and they were playing a team in the semifinal match that they had already played in another tournament another time, and they had already beat that team. So I was pretty confident and thought they were likely going to win the game, and then they were going to be able to go to the finals of this big tournament that they were in. It ended up being a tough game. They lost by a couple points, and it was rough. After the game, especially after losses, I really try my hardest not to ever be critical of Chase and his performance, and just let him know how much I love him and let him know how much I love watching him play. And I've done pretty good at that over the years. But the losses still hurt, and they hurt me too, as a fan. And so over the past season or 2, I have developed a bad habit of deflecting some of that pain of those losses to criticizing 1 or 2 of Chase's teammates. Now, before you guys all start booing me in the chat for being an awful human being, I don't do this to their faces. I just do it to Chase about their teammates, which isn't any better, and I'm still a bad person, and I'm a bad example, but that's a bad habit I've gotten into. Anyways, after this last tournament, when they lost that game, I fell back into that habit, and I started criticizing one of his teammates. And I wasn't saying anything awful, but it wasn't very kind either. I would say things like, I don't know why the coach put him in at that time of the game. I don't know. I think he must have had 4 or 5 turnovers that really shifted the momentum of the game. He looked like he was lost on defense, gave up some easy points. I would just make some critical comments here and there. And like I said, I've done this multiple times over the past couple of seasons. The response that Chase had to me this time was pretty humbling for me. And I actually went and wrote it down in my journal that night because it was pretty impactful. So I just wanted to share that with you. Again, in the context of teamwork. After I was being a little critical of his teammate, he said, "Dad, you know I don't feel very good when I hear you talking negative about my friend and teammate the way you do after we lose. I know he's not the best on the team and he makes mistakes. But what you never get to see, or probably don't appreciate as much, is how much everyone else on the team loves him. He makes everyone laugh when we all get too serious. He's the first to stand up and high five players when they get off the court. He's the first to sit up and let a player take his seat during a timeout. Practices are a blast when he's there. He keeps things more fun for all of us. And he's a real friend to everyone. So maybe we should just talk about how the whole team did and not pick out specific individuals." I was blown away by his comments, and I knew he was right when he said that. And I'm really grateful he stood up and said that to me. And I've tried to change that since then. When I think about Precoa, I think about how amazing of a team we have at Precoa. And we all work really hard to make sure we have the right players on the right bus going in the right direction. But I also know we're not all perfect. We make mistakes and we go through challenges that impact our life inside of work and outside of work. So my quick thought as it relates to teamwork is, as we keep growing and as we keep winning, because we're definitely going to keep winning, that's who we are and that's what we do, let's remember to do it with sincere care and kindness towards each other. Disagreements, frustrations are natural. They're going to come from time to time, but focusing on the negative rarely leads to positive outcomes. And I've seen it actually completely do the opposite and destroy teams over time. Being uplifting, encouraging, patient, supportive, optimistic, and kind are what really makes Precoa's teamwork stand out from the rest. And like our habit says, and I put it here on the screen again, increased understanding, improved output, healthy tension, safe candor, and lasting friendships is the reward, and I underline the rewarded part, after intentional effort and time is taken to build a team. Those are the rewards for that intentional time. So we can't expect ourselves to jump straight to safe candor, straight to healthy tension, or even straight to building amazing friendships. It takes intentional time and effort, and I know we can do that. It's been an awesome meeting. Sorry it went a little bit long. It's so great to see everybody. Hope you have a great rest of your day and enjoy the rest of your month. Thanks.